Hi guys, welcome back. First of all, I'm sorry for being away for such a long time, but I have to manage some stuff at work, and it has been a pretty tough year over the last few months. But I'm here again, and I want to focus today on another Japanese whiskey. Since now on, I want to keep this episode quite brief, not taking too much time talking about all the backgrounds, but just focusing on a tasting review. So for today I decided to move to Nikka, and I take for this episode the Miyagikyo 12 and Miyagikyo 15. Why not the NIS current version? Well, first of all, I tasted this one a lot of time, but actually hope the Nikka producer won't blame me for that, but actually I think that the flavors are pretty, don't know how to say, but does not convey what I want to find into a Japanese whiskey. They don't have many facets or many flavors. So when 1 week ago I met a friend from Singapore, he brought me a couple of bottles of Miyagikyo age statement. Actually, I never tried them, but since I found those were amazing, I want to share my tasting review with you. So here we are. We have the discontinued 12 years old and the discontinued 15 years old. Well, despite being a little bit different in flavors profile and taste, those are amazing drams. And let's gonna start with the nose part from the 12 years old. Well, before stepping into the flavors, actually the color of this one is great, pretty tending to an old gold, to a number one. Okay, well, at the very first impact we have a kind of smoky note, a kind of peated slight note. But then also it opens to apricot, ginger. Actually is quite spicy, and I think I love it. Yeah, then of course the typical oakiness, the typical vanilla is present. Toffee. And I think that all of this is kind of wrapped around by a powerful hint of honey. This is an amazing nose, but I want to compare it with the 15 years old. The color here is quite similar actually to the 12 years old, maybe a very little bit dark and on this one, but the nose, at the nose we can spot any kind of peaty notes, any kind of smokiness that we just found on the 12 years old. But here as well there is ginger, spice, pretty intense spice also on this one. But maybe is a little bit, there's a little more of flowers, of fruits. Actually, not the mature fruits we usually see on a sherried whiskey, but kind of a medium way, not mature fruits, but even not too green one. Actually, this is quite balanced. Little bit of honey, less present to me in this one, in the 15, than in the 12 years old one. On the nose, to me, the 12 years old wins. Okay, let's enjoy first the 12 years old. Wow, this is a great pour. I like it because at the first impact you have a kind of smoky note, exactly as we found on the nose. But then a sensation of fruit explode in your mouth. Yet you have also spices, lots of spices. Wow, I love it. I love the way it can move from smokiness, then to fruits, and then to a finish of spice. Actually, the persistent is pretty long, is pretty powerful. I think this is a great one. We can feel again vanilla, but also toffee, also honey, also a little bit of apricot, and maybe a slight hint of raisins. Great, great drum. Now let's move to the big brother. Okay, here, as we said for the nose, the peat is pretty absent. You cannot actually spot it, but it's a little bit more fruity and floral than this one. The spice is present as well, pepper, white pepper and ginger, but a little bit less than into the 12 years old. Yeah, definitely more fruity on this one. The honey is present as well. Actually, a little bit less honey than to this one, but the fruits are kind of predominant in here. The finish, the persistence is quite long. Also in this one, actually, I think that the persistence is almost the same in both the dosage statement. As always, guys, let's come to the points. Well, actually, the person who gave to me those two amazing gifts won't agree with me for sure, but actually, I think that this made my day. This is really awesome. Actually, it's a pity that now those are so difficult, rare to find, and pretty expensive compared to the prices they used to retail some years ago. But this one, to me, it's a 90 out of 100. While for the 15 years old, a great pour, but actually a little bit less than the 12 years old, so I will give 88 to this one. So guys, thank you for joining me. I respect the initial promise of keeping this episode a little bit shorter than the other ones. If you want to know more about Japanese whiskey, please review the dedicated episode, and let's see in the next one. Bye.